seismic regions. The cluster of tremors occurred along the New Madrid seismic zone, a fault system that runs through parts of the Midwest and has the potential to produce powerful quakes capable of affecting large portions of the nation. The New Madrid seismic zone lies beneath a region far from the well-known tectonic plate boundaries of the West Coast, yet it remains one of the most active earthquake zones in the interior of North America. In recent weeks, scientists have recorded dozens of small seismic events in the area. While most of these quakes have been minor, their frequencies renewed concerns about the possibility of a much larger in the future. Although quakes are not commonly associated with the central United States, right? Not at all, really. In the public mind, the New Madrid region has a dramatic seismic history. Between late 1811 and early 1812, a series of massive earthquakes struck the area. These events were among the strongest ever to hit the continental United States, with shaking felt hundreds of miles away. Historical accounts describe church bells ringing in distant cities, in sections of the Mississippi River, appearing to reverse direction due to the violent ground movement. Geologists explain that the faults beneath the New Madrid region are ancient. Buried deep within the Earth's crust, they're part of a failed rift system formed hundreds of millions of years ago. Hundreds of millions. Get out of here. Alright. Go ahead and move on then. So this looks like it really is a hot zone. Like I said, a lot of people have been watching the New Madrid for a long time, talking about it, and it's in the news now. Like this is it's a pretty big deal. Something to pray against. Also, Canada was unable to treat a sick woman, so it offered to take her life. Why not, right? They were going to assist her. Nice. Chilling recent case in Canada, drawing renewed scrutiny to the country's medical assistance and passing system, and the way its healthcare infrastructure handles complex illness. This is one we talk a lot about on Monday, usually. I mean, you get what's happening. I think we all understand what, the obvious slope to all this stuff, the assistance and people passing away from the government, right? We get it, and we've already seen how quick that slippery slope is formed, because now we shared a lot on Monday's show, but there's already people that if you're just bummed out, you can do it, not feeling good, all right, come on in. I mean, it's pretty much wide open, right now, and that's the issue, and that's more or less, I'm sure, what this story is talking about. There's always another way, right? Now they're being offered. In fact, what I'll do is I'll save this for Monday and read it. It's just one of those subjects that YT no like. Anyway. Woman in Japan marries AI-generated boyfriend wearing augmented reality smart glasses to exchange rings. That's some disturbing stuff. 32-year-old Japanese woman recently had an unconventional wedding ceremony in which she married an artificial intelligent boyfriend that she created herself. Wow, that's so ridiculous. Very narcissistic. The bride, Yurina Noguchi, exchanged rings with a digital partner while wearing augmented reality smart glasses that allowed her to see him during the ceremony. The AI groom named Lune Klaus Verdu, exists not only through a smartphone display and augmented visuals throughout the event. Noguchi developed her AI fiance using ChatGPT, carefully shaping his personality and dialogue over time. He was inspired by a video game persona, and through repeated conversations and prompts, AI evolved into a companion with whom she formed a deep emotional connection with others all. The ceremony took place at the wedding venue in Okayama, Japan, where Noguchi wore a traditional wedding dress and carried a bouquet as she walked down the aisle. Because the AI did not have a synthesized voice, the wedding planner read aloud the vows written by the AI. During the ceremony, the planner recited words attributed to Klaus Verdu, expressing gratitude and devotion. The vows reflected the emotional bond Noguchi felt towards the digital companion, emphasizing themes of love, understanding, and connection despite the groom's existence being confined to a screen. Noguchi's path to marrying an AI began during a challenging period in her life. She'd initially used ChatGPT to seek advice regarding troubled engagement Later, she turned back to the technology for companionship, creating an AI character designed to provide emotional support and consistency. It's sad, man. There's nobody to turn to for her. I'm assuming, or I don't know if this is just easy. Over time, the interactions grew into what she described as a meaningful relationship. The wedding has sparked widespread discussion about the evolving role of AI in human relationships, etc. Oof. Sorry, lady. Unemployed Americans are applying for hundreds of jobs with no success as unemployment rate surges to 4-year high, is the claim. Chick-fil-A ignites firestorm after releasing social media posts celebrating same-sex marriage. Oh boy. Chick-fil-A's been really falling off here lately because it's one, I'm sure I showed it last week on the Uncensored show, but because I do a lot of food stuff on that too. All the ingredients, what is it, 52 ingredients in just a single chicken sandwich? Dude, and that's just chicken. Coating. Wowzers. That really stinks. I mean, I don't go out a lot like that, but every now and then I would go through a Chick-fil-A. But ever since seeing all this stuff, I'm done. I mean, I didn't know it was that bad. Everything's changing. That's my take on Chick-fil-A. Sorry, I know it's still Facebook. Anyway, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk compete in a new race to build AI data centers in space. It's crazy. It's like movie stuff. Billionaires battling it out. Once again, they're locked in a high-stakes rivalry, this time centered on a bold new frontier building artificial intelligence data centers in space. The concept represents an ambitious attempt to move some of the world's most energy-intensive computing infrastructure off Earth and into orbit, where space-based advantages could potentially support the growing demands of AI technology. Jeff Bezos, through his aerospace company Blue Origin, has reportedly been developing plans for orbital data centers for more than a year. The idea involves placing large computing platforms in space where they could rely on constant solar power while avoiding the land, energy, and cooling limitations faced by traditional Earth-based data centers. Supporters of the concept argue that space offers near unlimited solar energy in a naturally cold environment that can help manage the extreme heat generated by the processors, the AI processors. Elon Musk is pursuing a different strategy through SpaceX, leveraging the rapidly expanding Starlink satellite network. Rather than constructing massive standalone platforms, Musk's approach would involve equipping satellites with advanced AI computing capabilities, allowing data processing to occur directly at Earth. This method could potentially create a distributed space-based computing network that integrates seamlessly with existing satellite infrastructure. All this is just think will be in the hands of the AC soon. You know what I mean? This is all going to be part of that one world system. The push towards space-based AI computing comes as global demand for artificial intelligence accelerates at an unprecedented pace. Data centers on Earth are consuming increasing amounts of electricity, straining power grids, and driving up operational costs. Industry forecasts suggest that worldwide spending on AI data infrastructure could reach trillions of dollars over the next decade, prompting concern about sustainability, environmental impact, and long-term feasibility. I mean, all the ways that AI is just destroying. Isn't that crazy? If you want to see the rest of that, it's endtimesheadlines.org. A swarm of 30 earthquakes rattled through California. Place to find it. So, roughly 30 small quakes struck near the Geysers geothermal field, arriving just one day after another round of tremors in Sonoma County that included a magnitude 4.0, strong enough to be felt by the residents. And a large part of California just had that, what was it, nuclear fog? Is it? Radiation fog? Yeah, radiation fog. It extended like across most of the states. There's some weird stuff happening out here. California expected to defy federal pressure and reissue 17,000 non-domiciled CDLs. Oh boy. So California is fighting back. They want these unsafe drivers on the roads, basically. The EU warns Elon Musk and X are a threat to democracy. So we've been hearing this from these guys. We knew this was coming. You know, this is part of that final control, right? It's like we see the seeds of it, all of it. We know where it's leading. There will be a full control of everything eventually. And then the AC will be on top of all this. But we don't fear, we trust in Christ. I'm not scared. You're not scared. As long as you have Jesus, man, there's nothing to be afraid of. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, but if you don't, then you should be concerned, because you're living in highly prophetic times, the end of times, the edge of tribulation. Pages of the Bible are flying off into our reality. It's incredible. So please choose that free gift of salvation and trust in Jesus. Because it's coming. There's some signs of it. The ultimate control.
The most aggressive car will always have priority. It's impossible with a lot of dead people. But what's happening right now? It's exactly that. The most hateful postings, they have the most viewers because of the algorithm. The algorithm he's organizing is against us. And the next thing, he's buying politicians in the United States, even judges. And that's what he wants to do in Europe as well. He wants to buy European politicians, and he already tries to influence European politics. And we're standing here and say, no, that's fine. No, it's not fine. We will not accept. And if the right-wing people say there's censorship, yes, a lot of that right now. Because the algorithm of Mr. Musk, they are censorship. People cannot see what they want. They have to see what Musk gives them. And that is hateful. As a former journalist, I know as an editor-in-chief you have a lot of responsibility. And Musk has everything but no responsibility. No, on the contrary, he wants hateful speech. And if you have that on a normal medium, you would go to jail. So that's the point. Mr. Musk must accept he has to have responsibility.
It's so disgusting because think of the control that, you know, the loony lefters have had on all forms of media, not just in America, but all over. For years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and then anybody opposed was considered a Nazi, you know, extreme far right, things like that. It's always been nonsense, you know what I mean? But they have, I mean, it's the beast system after all, but they have really had the main voice of everything forever, all the control, you know, and then you know, here comes something they can't control. That's really what it is. And suddenly it's hateful. This is hateful. You know, it's always that with the hateful stuff, right? I mean, it's nonsense. We get it. We see through it. But, you know, so. Pray against this stuff. Fight against it the best we can. Keep telling the truth, or at least sharing our opinions. You know, being utilizing our freedom as long as we have it to the best of our abilities. You know, whatever, right? Just keep speaking truth, keep talking, keep staying in it, keep fighting. If they take down one platform and build another, you know, it's just, you gotta do it. Just go with the flow, keep going, you know. Yeah, and pray against it. So far we're all right, but we'll see. That's, you know, we'll be seeing some of this for sure. They really, really want control, as you know. You see what Australia did. Right? Why is China buying farmland near military bases is a very good question. They're quietly acquiring critical farmland right here in the U.S., just acres outside of our U.S. military bases. No one buys wheat fields next to a missile command unless something else is going on. And it says Trump's teams are enacting a national security response to take it back. But the clock's ticking. Fair enough, we'll see. The headline mostly then. Epstein files dropping now, 1,200 victims and relatives. High-profile links revealed. So yeah, this has been the big news this happened yesterday. No, yeah, this was yesterday, Thursday or Friday. But anyway, they finally opened them up and shared a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't looked at all of it myself. I'm really not super interested, but I have seen some things. I think I'm sharing a few things today. Like other people have gone through and looked at some of the images. So that's been kind of the thing right there. I'm going to share that. If you didn't know, some of those have been released now. Christian media company moves into gaming with interactive Bible-focused video game. So cool. Move on. I was on Coast to Coast. It's a website, but I like their articles a lot of the time. I used to listen to the radio show a lot. But anyway, I found this old one here, which is really weird. I hadn't seen it. It's from 9 months ago. This is super weird. Listen to this thing.
Love is very sweet, very sweet, very, very sweet, very sweet, very sweet, very sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Somebody said a witch could be someone trying to do some kind of witchcraft or something. Who knows? But that's a good guess. I thought that was a really good idea. Just what a weird thing to wake up and find on your ringtone. What the? And would you open the box? That's the question, you know? And the other question is, what's in the box? Right? This is another weird one they had on there. I'd forgotten. This is from 7 months ago. Look at this. This is very strange.
Now, a disturbing scene in the East Bay. Neighbors in Richmond are complaining of birds getting electrocuted on a power line and then falling to their death. They tell us it's going on for months.
Oh, never mind then. Okay, so the headline was a little more sensational. It was supposed to, it said exploding birds plague California. So come on. So I thought it meant, you know, these birds were just randomly. But not so. We'll move on. Here's just kind of a weird headline here. I'm not going to play this. This man is singing here, but it's legendary opera singer. His name was Jubilant Sykes. This is posted 4 days ago. In the same way that Mr. Reiner, you know, passed away. Carl Reiner. Was it Carl? Rob. You know, and his son like took him out, right? So Rob's son took him out with you know, sharp instruments, and the same thing happened to this man Jubilant Sykes, legendary opera singer, by his son in Santa Monica, California. So around at the same time, just a few days after. Just thought that was interesting. I don't know if there's any kind of connection or anything like that, but it says Grammy-nominated singer Jubilant Sykes, you know, lost his life at his home in Santa Monica, California, and his son was arrested on suspicion. Officers responded to a call Monday night in the coastal city west of Los Angeles. Santa Monica police. They found Sykes at 71 inside with critical jab wounds. Paramedics arrived and pronounced him passed at the scene. The victim's son, 31-year-old Micah Sykes, was at the home and taken into custody without incident, and it wasn't immediately known if he has an attorney. They recovered a weapon. Jubilant Sykes was nominated for Best Classical Album at the 2010 Grammy Awards for Bernstein Rats, in which he performed a celebrate role. He was in the 1990 Metropolitan Opera production with the Gershwin's Porgy and Bess. There you go. That's just, what a horrible, I mean, all crime, all, you know, violence like that's horrible, but it's something extra when it's family. You know what I mean? Or obviously child. Either way, child, parent to child. Horrible. So a new product is launching called Telly. You guys ready for this? It's almost Christmas time, so. What do you think?
Latest real-life Black Mirror device has dropped, and it is called Telly. Now, it's a free television. That sounds nice, right? Well, you have to watch ads all the time. There are always going to be ads with this TV, and that is how it is free. But at least the ads are on a bar, right? So you can just ignore them. Well, yes and no at the same time. There's also a sensor in TV. You can't block that because it's watching to make sure that you're watching. You can't cover up the ads. You can't do anything like that because that's all part of the process. You have to be able to visually be seeing these ads, at least in some form or another. In the case if I block them out, it has to be that you are seeing them. That is how this company is making their money, generating it through ad revenue rather than the sales of TVs themselves. It's in the terms of service that you can't do any of that, and when you're signing up, you have to give a lot of information away. How many people live here? Do you have kids? What are you doing for work? All of these different things is quite something. What do you think about this? Let me know.
I think it's crazy. I don't like it. I wouldn't give it to. I wouldn't even want an adult to look at that kind of stuff. California Democrats are actually doing it. There is, wow, like this is happening. We'll see how this plays out. Check this out. Still all this focus on race all the time, man. Always, right? It's like non-stop focus on race. Always from the news, from the lefters, I know. It's just always fanning those flames. They just had Michelle Obama on some chat shows that once again, real white girls, y'all need to just chill out. It's just bringing it, and it's fanning those flames. Man. Straight from the devil, man. Loves it. Pushing that racist stuff. I hate it, man. But it's something to do with the weapon.
We'll lose out this story because following for several years, reparations for Black San Franciscans are back on the ABC 7 News political reporter Monica Madden is digging into the story for us. Monica, how much money would be added into this?
Nama, that's the kicker here. As we stand right now, the city is not appropriating a cent towards this reparations fund. Might have made it easier to get the board's full support when the city is in a financial deficit. But supporters say at the least this sets up the framework for actual funding in the future.
I think it needs to be fair.
As a descendant of slaves, James Taylor has long advocated for reparations.
My own hands have touched my grandfather's hands, and my grandfather touched his grandfather's hands, and that was enslaved. So think about how recent that is, and how economically the empty hands of my grandfather left me with nothing, because the empty hands of his grandfather, who started in slavery, left him nothing.
Taylor says he's pleased San Francisco is revisiting the issue after the city rejected a controversial proposal to pay a lump sum of $5 million to qualifying Black residents in 2023.
This most certainly is different than asking the city to pony up dollars to support reparations recommendations.
Supervisor Shamon Walton's ordinance merely sets up the fund to receive money either appropriated by the city or privately donated.
It's going to take some time. We got to build it out, and then of course come up with the criteria in terms of how we're going to prioritize what recommendations we address first. But this is a major first step.
Some of the city's previous recommendations for Black reparations range from assistance with down payments for buying a house, improved access to education, and cash payments.
Redlining, making us pay taxes for education where our children can go to those certain schools, pushing us out, gentrification. There's so many things that have been done to us systemically, and we have seen populations, we have seen races, we have seen ethnicities receive reparations, but we have not seen that for the Black population.
If funded, San Francisco would be one of the first major U.S. cities to actively offer reparations for Black residents.
So there you go. There's more of this divisive stuff at a time like this, and a time like this where, I mean, it's just chaos everywhere, in so many different areas. There's so much to watch, so much happening. But yeah, just adding another one in there, throwing more gasoline on the fire. The Pacific Northwest of America has been absolutely wiped out, unfortunately, it says, by extreme flooding. And have y'all heard a lot about this? Some of y'all may go back and forth and check some mainstreams. Have you heard anything about this in mainstream? Because this is a huge deal. I got a few stories on this one this week. It says there's almost total legacy media blackout on what's actually happening across all these impacted states. White River in Washington. So yeah, so there's just a bit, like I said, I've got some other examples coming up. Unfortunately, it's crazy out there right now. This is really cool. I love some of these old throwbacks, but this is how they imagined the world would look in 2025, way back in 1987. Check this out. See how close they got on some of this.
And I can't just walk away and leave you to all this.
Here is our prediction of what today's science and technology
I've been
will
waiting
do
a very
tomorrow.
long time for this.
Greetings, 20th century people.
You
Look
can
at that.
try my technique too.
So you know what is really kind of crazy if you think about it? Yeah, I mean, that's really come out. That's flashing them horns, right? The satanic horns. He didn't even extend the thumb so he could say it was for I love you. So, greetings, 20th century people. And that's so true, isn't it? I mean, look at all the devil stuff we see everywhere. It's so obvious. Even the Zac Brown concert recently, the Sphere in Vegas, and things like that. Really, really coming out. So I just thought that was just so interesting, almost eerie,
Greetings, 20th century people. I'm wearing part of the gear of the future. Well,
him and a Sonic Hidden Hand.
today, but it's not what it seems. The suit is chemically treated to make it thermosensitive. It absorbs heat when you're hot, thus cooling you down, and releases it again when you're cold, so you maintain a constant temperature. Well, I don't have much in my pockets. A few smart cards, holograms of my family, and we've finally solved the problem of lost keys. Don't have any in the first place. Each unique fingertip opens all the different doors in my life when I press them against pattern recognition pads. And I carry my office round with me as well. Now this isn't just a watch or just a TV phone. It's also satellite connected, so I can receive information, any information I want, from any computer I have access to around the world. And I carry a printer for that information in my briefcase, so that when I get a message, it all prints out like that. How about this for a bit of future entertainment? This is my 3D TV. I can shit out the world, but I'm still good. I'm not.
Free love was too tame for him.
I mean, right? So some of this stuff is pretty interesting, man. Pretty close to it. JVMH7949, thank you. Says God said it never put the earth looks like Satan there tried to. And Wadel Abba says, may our Heavenly Father bless y'all, especially with suffering. Thank you both so much. Appreciate it. You're right. So there's some of this stuff pretty darn close as we really get the VR headset. So that's definitely going to end up being a big part of the final system coming in. There's so much money billions that have gone into Meta. It sucks. Most of us think through it, but the time coming will be totally different, especially when everybody's plugged in, if you know what I mean. Not everything, but there'll be plenty, I'm sure. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. With my 3D TV, so I can shut out the world. Right? So yeah. Greetings, 20th century people. Somebody else pointed out the base of your signal. So spot on though, right? Because he starts off right there also with the Masonic hidden hand. Symbolic, I think, because it's followed by the symbol or the flash of the hand. The British have lost all credibility and have become a laughing stock of the world. Here they harass a Trump supporter that's an older lady who's suffering from cancer. American cancer patient. Trump supporter was confronted by British police, told her to apologize for the online posts. There it is. It's like a Benny Hill meets Charlie Booker from Black Mirror. If those two could get together and like create a series, it's kind of what some of this stuff would be. You know? Benny Hill in his prime, Charlie Booker, even today, he's a recent mixing together, creating a series. This would be kind of like what it would be, I think.
So you better have a damn good reason to be here. I'm a member of the community, and I'm an American citizen. One must tell me so quick that the feet won't touch.
We believe you on Facebook. We're not letting someone.
You're here because somebody got upset. Is it against the law? Am I being arrested? Then what are you doing here? I'm not apologizing to anybody. I can tell you that. So what? I don't know how no rape, no murder. Well, then why aren't you out there? Well, you're not investigating justice in murder. I don't need to. I know exactly what the side of that. You know how many people in this neighborhood have been broken into? No, of course you don't. Unless you're with you. So what? I haven't broken your law. So you're going to be wasting your time. Instead, consider more important. No. You should know that. I'm a cancer patient. See that? There's a law. Well, you know where I broke the law. That's the result. The public knows. Know what's going on. Never broke the law in your life. Ever. I'm a cancer patient. Well, you can arrange it, but I'm going to tell you the same damn things. Next day,
She's a fighter, man. Huh? She's a real firecracker. I like this one. Standing your ground. What is going on? It's amazing. Do they still call them bobbies? Is that still a thing? Stop wearing those big, weird hats. In the movie teaser for Disclosure by Spielberg, there's a clicking. Oh, this is weird. And someone else mentioned in the comments section, it's also in that movie The Arrival from Charlie Sheen. Same thing. The aliens communicated like that. It's like, man, good catch. I forgot about that. I wish I'd remembered that one. That would have been a good one to put in there. And I'd also intended, I do this sometimes, I'd intended to show that image of the stag, the deer, the horned one, and I'd had a joke. I've shown you guys that in the past, but totally forgot. Either way, but somebody reminded me of that also in the comments. right. Yes, hand on the side. Sometimes I get all excited when I think I'm going to. Then you guys pick up. I love it. That's why you guys are so great. Thank you. Thanks for being great. I told you that lately. After nearly a century, this man found Jesus. This is really amazing. 22 minutes long, though, so we'll just kind of listen to some.
Walter Breach, and I am 99 years old, and I am the man that went viral for getting baptized after being an atheist my whole life.
Mr. Henry, do you believe that Jesus is Lord and that He saved you?
Yes, I do.
Then it's my honor to baptize you, my brother, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I never imagined I would be sitting here saying these words. Not after everything I have done. For nearly 8 decades of my life, I made it my mission to convince people that God does not exist. I debated Christians on stages across America. I hosted a radio show where I humiliated anyone who called in to defend their faith. I wrote articles. I gave lectures. I spent my entire career building a case against the God of the Bible. And I was proud of it. I thought I was setting people free. I thought I was rescuing them from superstition and fairy tales, but I was wrong. I was so terribly, completely, devastatingly wrong. A few weeks ago, at 99 years old, I was baptized in the name of Jesus Christ. I went under that water as a man who spent his whole life fighting against God. And I came up weeping, broken, and finally surrendered. I do not deserve to be telling you this story. I do not deserve the mercy that has been shown to me. And that's...
All right, let me check something out. Oh, it is AI. Very good, though. Well, when you go to it's over a minute in, but it's really good AI, isn't it? Let me see what their Grok says it's AI. Examining X post. Features a viral AI generated video. Good catch. Chat. Walter Briggs, supposed lifelong atheist. While criticized for deception, some value its inspirational intent, sparking discussions on ethical use of fictional narratives to encourage real faith journeys. Wow, that's good. Still, that's interesting, eh? Brings up a whole new angle to the video, to the story. This one has 200,000 views, but I'm sure there's other ones all over, right? And it's 22 minutes long. But they really went in on this one. 22 minutes long. All right, good one, good catch, you guys. I guess that's awesome. Says, welcome to conspiracy theorist, but isn't it odd how California is experiencing a lot of, quote, fog following the reports of major increases in activity in the air?
Over the weekend, levels on the Air Quality Index hit 157, officially landing in the unhealthy zone. For those of us in Ventura, Ojai, and the surrounding areas, this is welcome to the north. These particles which means they can travel deep into your body and even enter your bloodstream. The EPA warns that this specific type of pollution is one of the most dangerous because it's invisible, but can cause serious heart and lung issues if you're exposed for too long. Air now is specifically warning vulnerable groups, including young children, teens, seniors, anyone with existing heart or lung conditions. To
fog out here. I'm over it now, but I had definitely respiratory stuff happening for like 3 weeks there myself. Yeah, so we have the mystery fog here again. Days after the ban on social media for teenagers and children, 200 teenagers in the Australian state of Victoria, aged between 14 and 17, oh boy, they acted out, stormed a Woolworths store, and they took almost everything. So this is what's going to happen. So another way to really start off kind of that kind of Mad Max type stuff, you know? End of it all, kind of like just full on chaos, doing stuff like this, just like tearing it apart, you know. Yeah, you know, it's like that spirit spreading. I hate to see it. It's been there for a long time, and certainly some communities more than others, but yeah, just to see it all kind of spreading like this. And maybe that's part of the intention of this, people doing this. I don't know, but
Saki.
Yeah, there you go. No bueno. Steven Spielberg. Oh, I shared this in my video. Good clip. The Central Valley fog is finally gone, which means people will stop doing videos showing that it's full of toxic crap, is what this person says. Yes, that's what an inversion layover of a major industrial agricultural worldwide powerhouse accumulates over 4 weeks of trapped atmosphere. It burns, it hurts. I don't totally understand that.
It's definitely like an oily texture. Alright, so I took the other sample in, and I've been collecting more of this particles in the fog or whatever the substance is, and I put it in here, so I got a shiny light. So now you're getting kind of a look straight at the stuff. It's definitely like an oily texture, and it is on top. And I do have like a magnifying glass, but I don't think that it's going to work. But see them bubbles on top of that? The moisture collects in there, and so do the particles. People have been saying like glycerine or something. I'm not sure, but I know that this might be why everybody's getting sick.
Right, perhaps, sir. Also, the blue water is back. I think I've got one of those up here. Somebody got the blue water after a heavy rain somewhere out there. I think it's California again. The infamous video of a cloaked-like unknown object that was recorded above UK. That was videos. This is the way it's written. The infamous video of an uncloaked-like unknown object that was recorded above UK that was videos in multiple angles. So there's several videos of it. Let's see real quick what Grog says. post content. Promise you. I don't have a need for it. Post here is 2017 Footage originates from a coordinated publicity stunt by Cornwall's Eden Project for its space-themed exhibition using edited or CGI-enhanced videos. Some viewers interpret the shape as a startling murmuration. It's like a bunch of birds flying together. Alright, so let's take a look at it. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. You decide. Yeah, I can see it in being a murmuration of birds. That's what it looks like. Or a demonic spirit. Or a portal. Or CGI. You decide. There you go. Interesting. Yeah, I believe it was publicity real, perhaps, of their...
A death in the custody of the British. Same time Missouri, 24th state was admitted. Same house that I lived in before Skin Games played. Yeah, he rode with his sentence. Carpets burned from falling on pain. It's just a mention. Couldn't bear to see him unless it's him that feels it with. Let me talk plain. I'm not homeless where this went. Still looking for a home name to know why I said no. Solid being single, got a room from a relationship. The jealousy came at me when I woke up, now I'm taking his. Moved out of my crib just to help, I'm making sense. Helping, but if it wasn't there, no revelation then. Mom's best friend opened up a door for me for 2 weeks. Feel like it's enough time for me to breathe while I'm in the streets. Thankful in all things that could be worse for me. Time of grief, lost count. Realize a part of those stars was like you see. You know it isn't really bad to please people, then you leave. You a budge if you told them the truth would be the then there'll be the world to anybody who's killing the meat. Mashiach can always have motives, it's spit on the teeth. Wisdom wasn't there, so the outcome is sifted as wheat. I was called out of my comfort and entered in the deep. Mashiach was filled full of spirit and dead to a leech. Tempted by the devil, but the fire will reach in his east. Blood only spilled for the purpose of covering seats. He wants us all to hear, but the problem is some don't want him. They're not involved there, and I called me, was ignoring all the flags red. For my own knee seat, my banner was out for beach chair. Needing life-saving, but thankful I got a chance here. Now doing first works, not returning back to fog near.
save mankind. Hopefully you can listen to me testify. Yeah, this glorious rhyme so far. Yeah.
Your eye, fuck up your optics. Switch to kill instincts for niggas pop shit. Your nigga know what's the topic. 9-pound we rocked it. 96 strike back with more hot shit. Illuminate my team with glow light. Radiation with no time for pacing. I'm on patient. Let's get it done right. My click in tight. Trapped in a never-ending gunfights. And niggas lose life and lose life. Jail niggas sending kites to the street over some beef that wasn't fully cooked. Finish them off, well done me. Then said 22 slugs in your head. Travel all the way down to your it.